Hello, everyone. Welcome to Awakened Day One. Come on in and join me. I decided it is such a beautiful day here. It's the long weekend of May, and we need to be outside as much as possible during this time. So I decided to do this from my deck. And I invited you to come and join me on my deck, have a glass of wine or a drink with me, and we will get going on this beautiful journey. Hello, Kelly. Come on in, you guys. Cheers to our first long weekend of the summer. This is going to be a beautiful start to the summer if this is the weather that we are having. It is absolutely gorgeous out here, and I couldn't give up the opportunity to sit outside. So hopefully the cars go by. We don't get too many cars here, but hopefully you can hear the birds singing. Cheers. Hey, Kelly. Awesome. So, I'm going to be jumping right in here because it's a beautiful night and I want to give you food for thought to take with you for the night. I am Janice Gallant. If you don't know me, welcome. This free masterclass is a class that I usually have on my private group page, Soulfully Aligned Women. So I'm the founder of Soulfully Aligned Women and the author of the Creation Guild. And I am a teacher. I am an artist. I am an author. And I am also a empowerment coach for women, a spiritual empowerment coach. So it's about linking arms together and remembering our wisdom and our power to become a powerful creator in our own lives. So I want to welcome you into this conversation tonight, and hopefully this gives you some things to think about over the next 24 hours till we meet again tomorrow night. So, we're going to be doing a 3-day journey of awakening your heart, your desires, your manifesting. It is going to be so much fun and so powerful. There's so many of us that are becoming awakened souls. And so, now what? What comes next? What's the next level? These are the questions that we ask. And I was thinking about it more deeply, and I'll tell you a bit more about what my thoughts were in a minute. But this masterclass is about becoming a self-led manifester, the one who courageously steps up and does it. Just leading yourself, continuously doing it, understanding that this is a skill that we have to master and keep growing and enhancing, but you are the one that is able to step up and do it. So, as being awakened, the question is, so now what does that mean for us and what comes next? And here's what I've learned about manifesting. And I have been manifesting consciously in my life for about 28 years. We're all manifesting all the time. We know this. The law of attraction is a thing and it does work. Um, but the conscious manifesting is something that we choose to step into. There is a global consciousness awakening right now. This is happening right now. There are more and more people that are awakening to consciously creating in their lives. When I started this way back in the 90s, it was not a common conversation. It was the conversation that you kind of had to feel people out before you brought the topic up. And I am so incredibly thrilled that now I can come on to a Facebook Live and have a conversation about this freely. And yes, there are still people that are not, this isn't their thing, but they're not going to be here. They're not going to be having this conversation with me. They're just going to keep scrolling on, right? So if it's not for you, then just scroll on. But if it is, then lean in because we're going to have a great conversation. Okay, so people are waking up, right? They're having experiences that are making them question the way we're living. It's like, what? There's got to be more to life than this, right? The last couple years have really helped catapult a lot of society into these conversations. And last night we watched The Matrix. Have you guys seen The Matrix yet? The new one? We loved The Matrix, the very first Matrix when it first came out. It was a movie in my house, my family here, that we watched a few times. And so last night I watched the new Matrix Resurrection. And you know what? Awakening is just like that in the movie. Neo chooses between the red pill or the blue pill. I have to ask you, when you first saw that, I'm betting that probably everyone that watches this video is like, oh yeah, I chose the red pill. I want the truth. I want to know what is going on. Bobby! Oh, you sweetheart. You are just a charmer. Thank you. I'm so happy you're here. So Neil picks the red pill, right? And I mean, I would too. We all want to know the truth in life. I mean, Neil always had the choice. We always have the choice. We have the choice of what perspective we're going to use in our life. What are we choosing to see? And when we awaken to there being so much more in this life than what we think we can see, feel, hear, um, we get a fresh new look. We get a new perspective. It's like looking out a window with a whole different scenery, right? Now, one of the things that happened to me when I first awakened many, many years ago was, oh, you have to watch The Matrix, Kelly. Yeah, it's really good. And if you can, go back and watch the first and second from so many years ago. I can't even remember how many years ago. I think there was only two, or was there three back then? I think there was only two, and then this is the third one. So it's really good, right? It's all about um, people are asleep and conditioned in their lives, and you get to choose to become unplugged from that conditioning and wake up to the truth, which is what Neo chooses to do. So many years ago, when I first started um, this conscious manifesting, I had a job that I was not happy in, and it was hard because my kids were little and they would be home for the summer and I'd have to figure out daycare or childcare. And, I just wanted to be home with them. And I remember sitting down and writing out a list of what I wanted from my job. So this is a tip for you. If you have not done this before, this works. It's powerful and it works. Um, I just started listing everything that I wanted from my job. I wanted to I wanted to work in a job where the people were always growing and learning and had a healthy lifestyle. And I wanted a job that paid well. And I wanted to be home for my kids when they needed me. And I wanted, all these, I wanted it to be respectful, a respectful job. And all of these things were on a list. And I swear, not 2 weeks later, a friend phoned me up and she worked at a high school. This is when we were back in Ontario. And she worked at a high school for high needs kids. And she said to me, we're short on assistants here, and I think you would be really good at this. Would you want to come and try it out? Because if you'd like to, I could probably get you in the door. And I was like, yeah, working with special needs teenagers. Wow, that seemed really awesome. And so I did. I worked in this high school. I took the leap and I switched to become an educational assistant for these special needs teenagers. And I can remember going to work and going, I get paid for this? Like I seriously get this is so awesome. And I loved it. And that started me down my career as a teacher. And so when we become aware and we actually sit down and go, okay, this is what I want, that's when we're awakening, right? It's the same as if, let's say, you decide that you don't like your job anymore. You're like, this job isn't challenging me anymore. I'm not feeling comfortable here anymore. I feel like I need a change. Um, you're just not happy, and you haven't told anyone, you're just thinking this, and you go for coffee and you run into an old friend that starts telling you about what they're doing in life, and they start to tell you how much they love their job, and you're like, oh man, that sounds so awesome, I would love that. And your friend happens to say, well, actually they just posted a job today, you would fit in really well, why don't you go apply? And you apply, and these synchronicities, right? I mean, tell me you haven't had synchronicities happen in your life. We have. When we awaken, these things start to show up in our life. We start to go, wait a minute, there is something more in this world. What is it? What is going on? I could not have orchestrated this if I tried, right? I mean, how many white feathers do we need to find before we wake up to be seriously looking at what is this force that is working with us? What is going on? So this begins the journey of the first layer, the first stage of manifesting and awakening, right? And you begin to look at it and go, oh, you see that there's a law of attraction. You learn more about law of attraction. You start to learn about the science, the quantum physics. You start to read more. You start to see, oh my gosh, there's a whole science around this. This is actually a thing that scientists are proving that this actually does happen. Why are more people talking about this, right? And books begin to show up for you, podcasts, YouTube videos, you name it. It all starts showing up for you. Okay. It is a fun time, an absolutely fun time. And then we start to move into the second layer. This is the layer that I call connecting. Okay. So as you start to move into the second layer, you start to realize that and awaken to the realization that um, that you actually called in all these books and podcasts and things that you have. There is an energy there, and you're realizing there's a connection between your own thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and this energy, this something, this force, and you're dancing with that cosmic energy. So it's not just, you realize that it's not just around you or outside of you, but it's actually inside of you too, right? It's in there. This is such a beautiful awakening into something being bigger, and the feeling, that is in our being. Oh, one thing that happens at this level is you may get a spontaneous experience of oneness with the universe at this level. So, and I know that a lot of you have had these too. And you'll have more than one. It often happens in nature. So you might be climbing a mountain, and all of a sudden you just stop and you look around and you feel like you are expanding. You feel so much love and gratitude. And there's this, all of a sudden, there's this like this knowing that you are connected to the universe. There's a all one feeling, right? It can happen, standing at the ocean, looking out at the ocean. It can happen standing in and amongst trees. It happens often in these places because nature quiets us down. It brings us back to the heartbeat of the earth. It slows everything down. And when we slow down the pace, when we slow down the thoughts that are going on in our mind, we open up and create space to allow these experiences to come in. And so, I mean, I've had it happen through meditation. You could have it happen in yoga, just being in your backyard. There are countless stories of these spontaneous moments of nirvana and the great realization that we are more and we are connected. These are the experiences that we have that can't be explained to someone else, but instills a knowingness deep within us that, yeah, there is something more here. There is something more, and I can't explain it and I can't convince you. But when you have one of these experiences, it is absolutely beautiful and powerful, right? It's like a great swelling of energy, and the and the closest you could get to describing it is love. But even love, the word love doesn't feel as powerful and expansive, right? But that's a common thread when we try to explain it. It's like, well, it's like love. It's like so much more, right? Then we move into layer 3. And layer 3 is we begin to consciously create. We've woken up, we've had experiences, we've learned as much as we can about law of attraction and things that are going on, and now our belief is growing and we're moving into the conscious creator, becoming the conscious creator, becoming, yeah, bliss. Lynn, that's it, exactly, right? It is pure bliss. So in layer 3, we become the artist of our own life. We start to co create with this force. We start to deliberately set intentions, right? This is a new awareness level. This is like, yeah, I know there's something more going on, and I'm going to consciously create some things in my life. I know what I want, and I'm going to go and consciously create it. We know the law of attraction works. We know it's an art form, it's a skill to be learned and practiced, and we begin to play here and we have some fun um, at this layer. But it can also be really frustrating because at this point you're like, okay, yeah, but how come it doesn't work all the time? How come I can get it to work sometimes, but not all the time? And then the awareness and the growth expands because now you begin to work on your energy. You begin to know that, oh, okay, oh, I have these thought patterns that are creating my world. So I need to clean up my thoughts. I need to clear out the debris, as we'd say in my clearing debris through forgiveness program, right? And you really begin to see that connection between where your energy is at and what's going on around you, right? There's a lot of work to do at this stage. There's a lot of cleaning up. There's a lot of limited beliefs, repetitive patterns, ancestral patterns that we begin to work on. And that is a continuous thing. We don't ever finish here and move on to the next one. All of these layers kind of blend and merge together in a lot of ways, but I have found that there is these clear stages of conscious manifesting. Um, and as we become more aware of our energy and our thoughts and our feelings, our emotions, things begin to shift. Things around you begin to shift and grow. And that's when you start to see things manifest for you. And it's like, oh my God, I did it. I really, really did it. Right? Um, I mean, I have manifested this home here, this acreage. I've manifested um, jobs, careers, the actual job, that teaching job that I have right now at Deer Meadow School is a job that I put on my dream mandala. Some people would call that a vision board. I use a mandala for it. But I said I want to teach grade 7 at Deer Meadow School, and that is the job I got, and I'm still there. Right? And I've manifested money. It works. It really, really works. So more and more of us are becoming aware of this and how energy creates around us. So what now? What's the next level? What comes after this? Stage 4 is your journey, or level 4 is your journey. This is when you truly understand at a very, very deep level that this is about your journey, your walk. It is about who you are becoming. It is the walk of a lifetime. It is about finding those moments of bliss as many times as you can. It's about being in the moment, breathing in the air, watching the sunset, seeing the growth in a blade of grass. It's that wonderment of life, and knowing that this is a precious gift that we have. And it's about, well, it's so much less about manifesting as it is about who you are becoming, the who you can be, the absolute best potential of who you are and who you can be on this path of living this life here. This is the journey. And you become alert to all the nuances of energy and how it creates in your life and in the world. You realize at this level that everything is happening for you as a learning opportunity, and that the world around you is feedback. It's just feedback to where you are. So you start to say, well, if this is happening for me, now what? What am I learning from this? How am I going to respond to this? There's no more room for like shame or guilt or blaming others. It's simply feedback for you to learn from. So when you're trying to manifest something and it doesn't come to you, it's feedback for you to adjust, right? So what at this layer, what is really important is how you are responding to the energy around you, because this is where your growth, your evolution, your wisdom starts to show. Excuse me. How are you how are you responding differently to energetic patterns, to things that come up in your life that maybe came up before? But now that you're older and wiser and you've learned so much about energy and manifesting, what's different? Are you able to respond differently, or are you falling back into patterns of being the victim or being angry and blaming other people? Are you evolving and saying, okay, I got this. I've been through this before. I know how to manage. I know how to navigate to get out of this. I got this. So the world is showing me where I'm at. Now I fix and I adjust and I grow from the inside out. This is when you truly begin to take back your power. So you're stepping into it, not waiting for permission from anyone. You're calling in a power that you already have access to. You know that power is there. You know you are deserving. You know you are worthy because everybody is. There's no more of those old patterns in your life saying, oh, but you did this wrong, so it's not coming to you, but it could come to your best friend. No, you know the universe isn't judging you. You know that you are worthy. You know you are deserving. You know you've got this and you're empowered and you step into it and you just keep evolving and growing through your lifetime. This is self-leading, right? You're less concerned about what other people are thinking. You've created healthy boundaries. You're taking back your life. You're reclaiming your power, is what you're doing. This is the place that we're all going to. Uh-oh. I didn't take into consideration that I'm sitting beside the hot tub that just turned on. So hopefully it's just cycling and it'll turn off in a minute. All right, so at this stage, you're moving energy intentionally. This is the new level. This is the new layer. This is what I have been deep diving into for the past year. And this is where you really truly step into power and and manifesting. That this is where it happens because you're no longer really worried about the manifesting. You know it's going to happen. You're not looking for validation that you deserve more. You know, it's about you moving energy in your life. It's the energetic frequency of where you are at and recognizing and visioning into where you are going, who you are becoming. So, yay, it turned off. So you're not holding on to the blame and shame. And when we slide back into those stages of feeling angry or victimized, in any way, or why has this always happened to me? Why can't the universe bring me what I want? Everybody else is getting it except me, right? Scarcity, things like that. Then you have work to do. And so it's like, oh, and I still slide back into that sometimes too. And it's like, okay, I got to work on this some more. My gosh, where's that coming from? What is this? And start to clear it out. Now, it's like the art of becoming in manifesting. And that is so powerful. I think that through these 4 layers, right? These 4 layers of awakening, connecting, consciously creating, and then the journey, we travel in waves through those 4. So if we could see them as layers, like layers on a cake or something. I'm getting hungry, that's why I'm thinking of cake. So the waves go up and down through those. We move back and forth as we continue to grow. And then the wave starts to level out and go deeper. So there's less of a wave, but you start to go deeper and it levels out into that 4th layer of becoming, of growing, of evolving, right? So the energetic frequency of where you're at is what we want to be focused on. It's the awakening in your heart, the heart awakening codes. If you caught them in November, it's so powerful. It's waking up your heart, being open in your heart in order to actually access your heart's desires. And the frequency of love and gratitude is very high frequency, so it takes you there quicker, right? And it's about visioning into who you're going to be. When you get to your deathbed, you're on the very last breaths. What do you want to see when you look back on your life? Who do you want to see yourself as? Did you actually take the opportunity to become the best potential that you could be in this life? It's not about what you did and how many adventures you had and what you did with your money. It's more about, did I become? Did I grow and evolve as much as I possibly could in this lifetime? Right? That's where true power resides. And manifestation happens quickly when you're in these stages or in this stage, right? So it's the place where we also stand in reverence and love and gratitude. So as the manifestation power gets stronger and stronger, and we see our own power, we see ourselves able to manifest pretty much whatever we put our mind to, whatever you focus on, whatever you put into your intention. It's like, oh, yep, there it is. Instead of being, oh, yeah, I can do that, there is a deeper reverence that comes because this is a power that we're bringing into the earth. And when we walk in reverence with that power, that's that's grace. That's when we make changes, right? It's one of the biggest things that I find at that level is how you are responding to what's coming in, good or bad. How are you responding to what's coming in? So if things are not manifesting the way you want them to, how are you responding to that? Are you falling back into, old patterns of emotions? Or if something really good is coming in, if what you asked for, what you put your vision on is manifesting, how do you feel about it? I mean, yeah, initial reaction is like, oh my God, I'm so excited. This is awesome. But what if you feel feelings of guilt? Am I really deserving of this? Like, how come I get this? And the people that I love who really, really want it aren't getting it. Is it okay? Do you feel guilt? Do you feel shame? Do you feel unworthy of it? Because that's going to block it from coming again, right? So we start to work on all of those emotions and grow. I mean, wouldn't you love to be there at that layer of like, yeah, I got this. There's no striving because I know it's coming. There's just a pure feeling of like, how am I growing? How am I evolving? To be embodied in that wisdom, not just to have achieved all the things that you want, the dream home, the car, the vacations, the adventures. It's not just that. It's about who you are becoming and embodying that wisdom. So, what if you could be there? What if you could be there at that stage of really, really embodying that wisdom, right? That would be so awesome. That's where we're going in this free masterclass. Yes. But the question is then, if this is available to us, if we know the law of attraction works, if we know it's a skill that we've got to keep working on, why aren't more of us doing this more consciously every day, right? Why are we not spending more time on this, more time on learning about it and growing this area of our lives? Tomorrow night, we're going to actually talk about the blocks that keep us from actually manifesting. We're going to talk about why we're not doing this every single day, but I want you to think about it between now and then. What keeps you from putting more focus into deliberately creating in your world? If you know it works, if you're one of the people that go, yeah, law of attraction works, then why are you not doing it more deliberately every day? And there's no shame here because the reason I got to this masterclass is because I asked myself that question. You know it works, Janice. Why aren't you doing it every day more intently, right? We've never been at this stage of global evolution of humanity. This is an evolution of humanity that we are on the cusp of something that we've never been to before. Technology, AI, is able to do everything a human can do. We need to evolve to the next level of consciousness, a place where technology doesn't go, but where the answers are for the problems that are in our world. The problems of scarcity, the problems that technology does bring, the problems of our in our environment. All of those answers are going to come to us as we become more consciously evolved. All right. So, why are you not doing this manifesting more consistently with more focus and intention? That's the question for you to think about tonight and to have a conversation about with the people around you. It's a perfect night for a fire if you can have a campfire. It's a perfect night and have, you know, a glass of wine and let's just think about this, talk about this. And tomorrow we'll unlock the codes of what keeps us from doing this because awareness is so important. When we have awareness, that's when we can start to create change. But right now, I want to tell you, so we have tomorrow night and tomorrow night's Monday and Tuesday night with three parts to this awakened class, free master class. And then on Thursday, I I am beginning, excuse me, my manifest program. So this came about because, first of all, I've had manifesting programs before. Last December, we had 12 days of manifesting. And in that 12 days of manifesting, there was 5 or 6 of us in there. And we manifested in those 12 days over $30,000 worth of money and gifts between us that were unrelated to Christmas. That is when I manifested the teepee too. We won the teepee on December 21st. And so the focused intention that we had together as a group was incredibly powerful. And I want to do it again, but this time it's a 6-week journey of intentionally manifesting together. Can you imagine the power of us coming together as a group, focused, laser vision of manifesting your dream? That is what we're going to be doing. And it's going to be in a private Facebook group. And I'm going to be coming in 2 to 3 times a week to give you some live, some powerful tips and techniques of manifesting the cutting edge quantum field energy, just, how to work and move that energy and beliefs, right? Shifting our beliefs and keep working on that. Yes, if I can do it, you can do it, right? And that is what the Manifest program is about. We're consciously manifesting together. There's focus, incredible focus, um, and you will be held by me, and you'll be connected with me and other powerful manifestors. So that's what we're going to start on Thursday. So this awakened masterclass is going to be the kickoff for Manifest. If you decide you want to join us in Manifest, if this is resonating with you of like, yeah, I need to kick up my manifesting, give it a little boost, then come in and join us. There is an early bird price on right now. I will put the link in the comments here for you to check it out. But you're going to be looking at all the possibilities and potentialities of working with quantum energy, and it is going to absolutely take everything to the next level. I'm very excited. I am, can you guys see this bee hovering here? This sweet bee. I don't think you could see it. Um, I am manifesting a new house for us. So our acreage here has sold and we need to find a new house. And we've been searching and there's nothing that we found yet. So I'm going to be manifesting right alongside with you, really focusing on bringing in my house just the same way I did for this acreage. This acreage was an absolute miracle that came falling into our laps. So I'm going to do it again with a new house and declare it all with you in our private group. So that's it for tonight. Let's meet again tomorrow and continue this conversation. And if you're on my mailing list, you will get the recording of this also. But if not, it'll be here in the feed for a couple of days and then it won't be here anymore. So be sure to go back and listen to the beginning if you can. Here in Ontario, it's 9:35 and fireworks just started. Cool. Way to kick off this program with fireworks. I love it. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Yes, yes. This acreage, it sold very, very fast. So it was one of those meant to be. But I'll tell you, I'll share with you right now, this is a really hard place to be in manifesting because just look behind me. It is absolutely gorgeous here, and everything is so green and getting more and more lush by the day. And it's such a peaceful place. When we decided that we were going to sell and downsize and simplify life, it was because of inspiration and nudges that I was receiving from the universe, and it really felt the right decision. We were we were selling from desire of something new, opening up, letting go in order to open up to something new. And now that we've let go and the something new hasn't manifested yet, I'll tell you, it is like hanging out in darkness. It is really hard, but I'm staying in the positive vision of what we are creating, because this is where it gets hard when you're manifesting, because all things are possible in the quantum field. All potentialities exist. And we decide when we're in this blank zone, it is a pure energy, malleable energy that is transforming and creating, and it depends on where we place our focus as to what's going to come. And so I am staying very powerfully in this quantum energy, visioning the feelings, the excitement, yeah, of my new home. And I know something will come. Something will come. We will find it, because that's what I'm creating with the universe. All right, I'm going to let you guys go, and I will see you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Thank you so much for being here. Please share this if it resonated. Please share this with your friends. Feel free to do that. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.